Again, welcome to Second Thought, our kitchen edition where we discuss everything that has to do with human survivor, from your food to packable issues, where we consider bread and butter issue. Bread and butter issue is literally a metaphor of survivorship. What makes a nation move? What makes the everyday person survive? It's not a ministry. It's not a designated place. It's not a physical building for anybody to point at. It's not a place. It's not like a food pantry. It's not a soup kitchen. It's a mindset, a philosophical that we all need to understand. So here we go. Just like we're talking about the kitchen issues in the United States. Yesterday on my job, we were talking about, I was talking about to the young people. I have people that I work with in their 20s and in their 30s, coming into the job, and they worry about their own survivor, their own children, their relationship, how they're going to build it, why things are so expensive. And one of the young men said, I remember when we first moved here, my mom and dad, we were in a 4 bedroom apartment and we were paying $550. That is correct. And he said, today I'm in a 1 bedroom and I have to, he said, I'm in a 1 bedroom and I have to pay around $2,000. All right. And that's what he said. And I say, I remember going to the store. I remember going to the store and using $300 to buy food for 3 months. Now I go to the store to buy food. $300 food is a bag or so. All right. So it's the same story that we have. It's the same thing that is bothering us. The packable issues. Those are the issues that we're discussing. Now that said, I hopefully my thoughts have been clear. I heard a minister of finance, development, and planning said, "Oh, we'll go build a minister of bread and butter." Very sarcastic, rude, um, demeaning to the Liberian people who elected the president, thinking that he coming to make a change, that he didn't care about the material things. He had enough. Um, he had enough sense and enough experience to change Liberia, and that is not don't seem like it's a true statement per se. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and share. Yesterday I had a great time. Okay, we have this is Black History Month, and I'm going somewhere with this. So yesterday I made a list. I wanted my thing to be about Black women who change America and change the world forever. And each of my students were allowed to take two, do a presentation on it, do a thorough research, say who they are, what was their contribution, the significance of their contribution, how has it impacted the world, why is that person still important today? So we're talking about legacy. And I'm going to give you a few of those names, okay? Let's say, for instance, let's look at the digital, I would say, Black female trailblazer or hidden figure, per se. If you ever hear this name, these were scientists, they were women. Ooh. Katherine Johnson, Mary Jackson, Dorothy Vanguard, I think that's her name, okay? We talk about the 6th Triple 8 Battalion, the first group of all solely Black women who served in World War II. Who's that? Is that for election? That's right. Let me see. Yeah, but it's Where is she? Who she think she running on?
I don't know.
And the people then who voted against, so I'm glad voting for. I would rather vote for. I'm sorry, I'm live. Okay. So, folks, if you're here, please share the video. Please join me. Okay. I know I will spend a little time and then I will go. I'm actually, last week we were out and about. I am a little bit tired. Okay. So that's what we did. Now, my question to all of you at this point is, where are the geniuses of nations? Who do we call geniuses of nation? Where are they? Where are our geniuses of nation? The geniuses of nations are builders, they're thinkers, they're intellectuals. Okay, those are the geniuses of nation. They are your engineers, they are your architects, they are your urban planner, they are your administrator who bringing the best minds together and have an intention of doing something different. It brings me to this. To FDR, okay, when he took over America, the America was in dire need of transformation. The poor, people were living in cardboard. People could not find food to eat. People were standing in line. He didn't point the other direction and say, it's Hoover who brought this on us. He didn't point into the last president. He did not. When he was running his campaign, he had already laid out what he was going to do. And as God would have it, a woman by the name of Penny Perkins showed up with these ideas. He didn't dismiss her. He said, "Say you conceive that idea. However, you lead that. I'm not going to let you go." Those days, women were not forefront of politics. Women got educated to have good conversation, that they would be married to high society, and they would be able to host their husbands and their family and have conversation and entertain. But this lady became a center. Okay. The first thing FDR did when he took over, what did he do? He started with the New Deal. The New Deal was, the first thing was relief. What did that mean to relieve the people? So when that's the rescue process. When you relieve the people, what do? First, you start creating jobs and reduce unemployment. That's the first thing. That was the release. The recovery process was because he didn't just want to give out funding. Let's say, for instance, those who, let's say, let me talk about Georgia. Georgia were known for cotton. They have produced so much cotton during the war because they were doing a lot of stuff. Okay, they were doing cotton, so not during the war, before the war. And people were not buying the cotton. All right. So he said, "Listen, we will compensate you for your cotton. We want you to grow other crops so the nation can have food." And compensated them. And said, "We'll create space for people to be able to live." Now, the next thing he did was, the recovery plan was to pour money into the economy. Those of you who live in America, when Obama took over, when the housing market bubble busted, if you had children, they were sending money weekly to household because poor people will spend money because they need stuff, not that they want it. Okay, rich people spend when they want stuff. They don't need stuff because most of them have everything that they need so far. Okay, poor people need food. Poor people need clothes. They need school fees. They need to go to the hospital. They need to pay for insurance. So obviously, when you send the money to the poor, it's going to go right back into the economy. It will strengthen the economy. That's what they did. Okay. Then they went back to the table and look at how we got here. The how we got here process is the reform process. So those were the 3 steps. How we got here. How did we get into this? Why do we produce so much one thing? Okay. And that's why we call in economics, okay, to diversify. Like, for instance, when Saudi Arabia discovered oil from the desert, they used the oil money to diversify the economy. Although it still stands that oil is still the largest, account for the larger part of the GDP, but they know that oil is not going to last forever. So they're doing specialization in other things. Okay, where am I going with this? I got to show you something, Nigerian people. And the question again, where are the genesis of our society? Where is going on in the country? And I'm going to explain to you. When Mao took over, Mao Zedong took over China after their civil war. Mao tried to ostracize the intellectual class, the educated. In fact, he brought in a lot of young people to run propaganda. And their job, the young people's job, was he empowered them to run propaganda for the people. And he started sending Gestapos in the middle of the night to take down intellectuals. Okay? So he will have full control. And we saw how that ended. China failed miserably until Deng Xiaoping came in. I want you guys to see this. This is the mind. I didn't create this, no disrespect. This is the design that was supposed to be for the Liberian School of Law. Okay? This is supposed to be for the Liberian School of Law. That's where they designed for the Liberian School of Law. Look at that. That was the design for the School of Law. Now, this is where they built. Does that look anything like that? Okay. This is where they got. This is what they got. This is where they deliver for the Liberian people. Remember when y'all talk about experience? Those theory is good. When somebody tell you how other people did it, they tell you in words, okay? You learn this in words, then you actually have to do it. When you actually have to do it, there are nuances, okay? That's what most people don't understand. There are nuances when you have to do it. It's just like you are a teacher in a classroom, and you have all of this information. You can do this, you can do that. Then you actually, just like when people come for training, all right? This is it. This is what the school is supposed to look like. That's it right there. That's how the law school is supposed to look like. This is the law school that will deliver to y'all. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop here. You're sorry, like the rent people. Lord have mercy. Did you guys see that? Hey, love. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? That's what they deliver. That's exactly what they deliver to you all. It tells you talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. All right? When we jump in front of people with our plenty degrees, listen, I'm an academia. I will be considered an intellectual. I have respect for people who go through the process, the grueling process of navigating that particular area, from your intro to your core classes to the years and the tests and the sweat and the late midnight, the discipline that you must go through to endure, to get to the finishing line. Hey, Brother Emmanuel. Hey, Sis Rebecca. Okay, Sis Rebecca, thank you. I receive what you sent me, and God bless you. Okay. Now, and I need to make my post. Let me say to you, I respect that. It says that you can commit to something and you can go through all the tests, the ups and downs, and endure. It's like somebody say you got to cross that bridge. If ever for you to cross the bridge, although you know you can take a parachute, although you know you can take a hot air balloon, although you know, but you must walk it. And you take the time and you walk under the hot sun, under the rain, in the cold, to go to cross that bridge to get there. Good morning, brother Frank. That's why I respect people who took the time and go to school. Now, sitting in the classroom is another man, it's a second-hand information. Until you actually perform those jobs and make the adjustment. It's like when we get these professionals from the health office to come and treat us. Oh, when the child do this, lean in. When the child do this, do this. When you get 30 children in the class, okay, that you must manage, not just manage, but navigate them. Have them buy in to what you're saying to them and learn it and actually can do it. So when you leave from there, when you are in the class, when you are doing it, but somebody who's not doing it is telling you how easy it is to do, especially when the generation have changed, when the dynamics of leadership have changed, when the way the kids see adults have changed, okay? When you see a child come and see you standing up, they want to walk into you, you must move. When we were growing up, when we got in fact, when we saw the teacher, we ran to our seats. When they're telling you they want to be running out in the hall and their parents back them, but then you want to tell me, that's what I'm saying. You can be a part of, you can have things in theory. If you have never done it, you don't know it. Especially things like engineering. You know, the other day, I heard this woman on the radio station in Liberia, Ruth, I think Quaker Collins. Yeah, graduated in Liberia, got a few NGO jobs. Because of her connection to the Southeast, she got a job to be, what do you call it, Minister of Public Works. I'm happy for her. She's a girl. We need to give women opportunity. But where I disagree with her when she said the Minister of Public Works needs to be an engineer, that's a lie. It's just like somebody think the director at the JFK need to be a doctor or nurse. No, they need to be administrator. They need to understand the nuances, how businesses are ran. Their job is to hire the best doctors and nurses and nurses assistant, okay? And require industrial engineers, which will be the people who take care of the facility and keep it clean. Okay, people who understand environmental sciences and all of that. That's their job. Our job is to be an administrator. For public work, it's the same. You need an administrator, somebody who understands those layers, and we hire the best engineer. The engineers are the technocrat. They're not the administrator. Okay, it would be good if they have both. But no, it is not what is required. We have the different engineering firm here, like the DOT or the New York State Highway, the Minnesota Highway. Majority of the leaders of those departments, they're not engineers, they're administrators who understand public policies. That's their job. So Liberians, the people just talk. It's a talking nation per se. But let me continue this. I gave you three things. Once you rescue, there has to be a release. So a reduction of unemployment, creating jobs. That's the recovery process program to jumpstart the economy. How do you do that? You pump money into the economy for the poor to elevate them so they can be dignified. The next thing that should be in order, maybe after like the first 90 days, 120 days, start thinking about reform. How did we get here? How can we fix this? In fact, before you came to power, that reform should be in place. Pape Bouaka understood the biggest problem in Liberia was corruption. He understood it. He spoke on it during the campaign in 2017. The second biggest thing is we live beyond our means. The third thing that he spoke to was we were going to balance the budget. That was all not a true statement. Okay? That was all not a true statement. Whoever shared that video, how you call it? All right? He had an opportunity to bring in some of the best minds. Okay? Now they see more people. What I'm seeing is the same group for Charles Taylor Group, for Annie Johnson Sirleaf, that the same group he bringing back. Nothing new. Nothing new. Yeah, he may have a few new faces there, here and there. That's it. But that's the same group he bringing back. And they're running. When a government has to run propaganda, okay, and their work is not speaking for them, it means that government has failed. I want to show you this, why I speak to this. And I'm going to read this to all of you now. Yeah, yes. Let me read this and I'm going to go. Okay, I'm not going to stay here long today. Last week, I didn't see you guys. I had to go see my daughter. And so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. Okay, so here we go. I will show you another thing. Why I'm thinking, why we are where we are. Okay, why we are where we are. This is what you get. All right. Y'all can read this, the capture. It's not for me. And I'm going to just leave it right here. I'm going to leave it here for a moment for the Liberian people to watch. This is how they see knowledge in Liberia. Where your leadership, how your leadership sees leadership in Liberia. This is why MOE Public School Principal Office in rural Liberia, River G, Penoken, Patupo Administrative District. The photograph, this is River G. Who are the lawmakers of River G? Boy Charles. Boy Charles, who live in Europe, played football in Europe, live in other countries, visited. This is the principal office. I want to see the school. I didn't put this though. I didn't put this. This is the school. That's the school. That's how your nation, that's the value that Liberian leaders put on your children. That is the kind of place that they think your children deserve. Okay? That's the place that they think your children deserve. I just want you to see. If they think your children, go find out where the children of the lawmakers' children go to school. Okay? Go see where the Liberian lawmakers' children go to school. How much to pay a month. Go see it. Okay? Go see it. Then you will find out if what I'm telling you. This is not to incite. This is to my goal always have been to educate. My goal has always been to educate, to inform. So Liberians make the best possible decision. That's the essence of my particular advocacy. All right, that is my goal. Folks, I'm here next week, Saturday. Join me. I will be hosting Dr. Sumba here. I think the week after, we're going to try to see if we can do a town hall. I'm going to reach out to a few people, those who want to lead, what is expected of them. That's what I want to talk about. So I'm going to have a call the week after on Saturday to talk. A lot of people have been calling about Alexander Cummings. They want him to be a little more forceful. They're looking up to him, but they need him to stand out. They need him to be strong. They need to see the strength in him. So those of you who listening, yes, Rebecca, I'm sure you're listening. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. A lot of people have reached out to me about their expectation, where they want. Jesus Christ. Okay. So at this point, folks, My mom cooked for me. I had guests, so it took me a long time to come up. I'm still getting my birthday gifts. For my Cash App is still here for my birthday. Those of you who have not donated, please help me to keep this alive, this platform alive. Yes, I give the time. I pay for the what do you call it, the internet. Y'all please support this so we can go. The goal is to get on the air back in Liberia. I want to go to a place where I can. Eventually, when I can get to Liberia, and the thing is, I'm going to go into media. I'm going to build. I got a little discouraged. My aunt has a radio station, but finding somebody to run it has been very difficult. So I just decided, because you get this person before the moment, it seems like the moment I bring somebody on my platform and they get low cloud, somebody then grab them. Although I pay them more than government. The government pays some people. When they're sick, they call me. When their family sick, they call me. Their children need school fees, they call me. I still help. When they say need school fees, I still help. But they go. I think they let the big news, they like to be in how you call it. So I'm gonna maybe some call to have my equipment returned. But then equipment, the first thing you see to a Liberian person, they will tell you, oh, you will buy me a phone, and they don't have phone. You got to purchase their phone. You purchase their phone, they use your phone to do other people's job. My whole YouTube was taken down that I built for over a decade. Was taken down because somebody was doing somebody else recording and just pumping it there until they took my system down. So I lost all that. I lost the income from that. I have to start all over, just as my Facebook with over 700,000 follow people will hack. So here we go. I'm here. I want to say thank you. Here's two things. I'm going to read this, and that will be the last thing I did. I wrote this. It's on my Facebook. Please do that. And folks, let me say to all of you who reach out to me about Mike Japati, let me reiterate. I do not hold anything against Mike Japati. I have forgiven him a long time, but justice will have to take its place. That's how I see it. Okay. We can apologize, but consequence must follow. That's how I see it. All right. For me, who survived the war, I see things differently from a lot of other people. And advocating for all this while, I want justice and accountability. I mean, let me tell you something. I see Liberian people, and I know I'm going to hurt people's feelings. It does not matter at this point. If I hurt your feelings, you will be fine. Let me say though, I see people walking around. Somebody wrote on Joel Howard Taylor. Somebody have sympathized with Joel Howard Taylor. Okay. And somebody came and said they didn't feel sorry for her. Okay. Because that only lost their child, or their sister lost their only child, were killed by Taylor group. And somebody came and said they were crazy. You see, that person is not crazy. You are crazy. You cannot amplify one person's life, okay, and diminish another life. I wrote there, this shows that Liberians are hurting, and we need justice and accountability. At minimum, we need an apology. And somebody came and said, you agree with them. It does not matter that I agree with them. You should know my stand. I want justice. My family was murdered. My life was interrupted. We are scattered. We scatter all over, and our people die all over the place. These are the people who continue to enjoy the spoil of what they took from us, how they sabotage our lives. How the hell you think I'm not supposed to be angry? How the hell are you supposed to think I can be empathetic and still demand justice? What the hell wrong with that? Who told you the hell that your life is more important than the 13 people that were killed on the pool? Who told you your life is any worthwhile than the men that were a leader in Liberia? You didn't want him. You needed to ask him to jump down, even if they want to force him out, but not to murder him. Who told you those who brought the war and said the people were corrupt, who had tend to be worse than corrupt people? That their life and their children's life the most matter. Listen, I'm of this. This is my belief system. I believe that God said what? If you bless me, I will bless you for 10 generations. But because I'm a God, your father, I'm a good God. If you curse me, I will curse you for 4 generations. Even God himself said they deserve to be punished. Who the hell are you to tell me I should just move on? Why I empathize and sympathize with her, but I also, no disrespect, she gets to understand. The thing is, she watched her children or child being buried, and she better be grateful. My mother and her siblings did not see their brothers and sisters being buried. They didn't even find their body. People were being trucked from the airfield, from the Oro area, from the single area, murder on the airfield, from the Luching compound, from the Methodist compound, from house to house. Then y'all want to say and minimize other people opinion, but y'all want to amplify people because they're in government. To hell with y'all. Okay? To hell with all of you. Yesterday, y'all were jumping in the street. Congo woman born road, native woman born soldier. The hell, where are we now with that? But I tell you what, the strength of the nation depends on the integrity of the home. Most of you want to come. You call me out, I will come. Listen, I'm not afraid of nobody like me. They don't feed me. My ETP not in the house. This country took me in, and I'm a proud American. As Liberia, I'm proud of my mother womb. Okay? Yes. The one that gave me birth and the one that nurtured me, America nurtured me. And I believe in justice. Just like when Prince Johnson died, when the Nima people were crying, and Grand Jida people and other people came on yelling and saying, Nima people will not cry. I told them. And then when Grand Gideons or other victims who saw Prince Johnson as a villain were talking, Nima people, I said, y'all leave the people alone. I said, y'all leave the people alone. Those who want to, in that video, I think it got almost 20,000 views. I said, let people who want to speak up, let them speak up. It is their right to feel the way they feel. That's your hero. That's not a hero. That is that video. Okay. And I said to the other group, let the people who cry for Prince Johnson cry for Prince Johnson. They see in a different light. We all see from our own vantage point. He was not my hero. I'm sorry. And most people from Nima County think I should say that. Oh, this will hurt you. No, it wouldn't. Just as you got one group going and saying, Halahaji Drivi Kroma, what God said, he was this, he was that. That is a lie from my vantage point. But from other people's vantage point, that is their true statement. But I will stand my ground. Thank you, Emmanuel. And we all supposed to, all this supposed to all come on the table and feel sorry for Joel Howard Taylor. For what? If I won't feel sorry, that's my business. That's how I feel as a mother. Okay? No parent should have to bury their child. No child should have to watch the parents kill. Look at Yeke. Y'all walk around, call Yeke crazy. Yeke is the only consistent thing in the Liberian society in politics. Yeah, I may not like his approach, but he's the only one that's consistent. He is. He supported we are one, or he was independent. What happened to we are? When we are misled the people, he stood against him. He got out there and campaigned for Bwaka, and they were calling him hero, cultural person. He's doing the same thing. When he was cursing, we are no problem. Now, you're calling him crazy. If you're crazy, Liberia created that. When you watch your brother be here in front of you and your whole damn family, and force you to go fight people that don't do nothing to you. That's why we ask for justice and accountability. And you're over there, normally and Delon, they're playing with our emotion, playing with our people's lives that we're taking, playing with justice. And they think we're supposed to sit here and just watch them. But folks, I'm going to go. I've been here, I spent my hour, and I'm going to read this. I wrote this not too long ago. Where are our genesis of nations? About a month ago, I raised a question born not of criticism, but from what? Sincere concern of what the direction of our nation. History gently reminds us of an enduring truth. When society distance itself from its intellectual, those who design, build, calculate, and imagine progress rarely survive the experiment. Even Mao, I'm talking about Mao Zedong, attempted to silence the intellectual class and revealed how fragile a nation becomes when knowledge is undervalued. Y'all look at that picture, okay? We need only, oh, what did I do? We need not only look outward for perspective, okay? Singapore, Rwanda, South Korea, and Japan did not raise by accident, okay? The transformation was guided by planners, engineers, architects, and thinkers who were empowered to shape national destiny. The trajectory of nation is rarely a mystery. It is often a reflection of how they treat the human capital. So the question remains still grounded in hope rather than judgment. Okay, where are the genesis of our nation, our architect, the engineer, the open planner, etc.? Where are they? Where are they? I'm going to end with this. Brother Japa, welcome. Brother Emmanuel, let's do a good day. We'll meet next week. I'm trying to adjust my schedule to see what is good for me. And I'm actually trying to get on the air in Liberia. Again, my birthday is still going on this month. Please bless this 1995. Look at that. Please bless me and bless our group here. Your tax, whatever you give me a tax deductible, I do have a 501c3 for my organization Movement for Justice, and a what do you call the Project Oxygen, where we breathe life. Thank you. Y'all have a good day, everyone. I'm gonna go eat some GB. Oh, God have mercy.